Yo, what is going on, guys? I have got a story for you here today titled Wife Cheated on Me, Claims I quote unquote emotionally neglected her. So, because this woman felt emotionally neglected, what was her solution? Right? Not to talk about it, not to go and have a divorce, okay? But her solution, her immediate solution, was to go out there and cheat on her husband with another man. I have heard these words, pop up over the years, guys. Oh, men are emotionally neglecting us, or men lack emotional intelligence. And all it really is modern women refusing to take accountability, and they just love to make up these words. So let's jump into this story here. So before we jump into today's episode, I just wanted to do a quick announcement that I have set up a second channel where I will be doing near daily TikTok reaction videos again. So if this is a style of videos that interests you, you miss seeing it here on the main channel, well, I have dipped my toes once again into the cesspit that is TikTok, and that will be linked in the pinned comment, guys. The second channel will be linked in the pinned comment. It goes, a 36-year-old man shares how he discovered his wife's infidelity after years of supporting her emotionally, financially, and through personal struggles, only to be told that he was the reason she cheated. The betrayal, the blame shifting, and eventual clarity all unfold. Okay, so check this out. This guy is supporting her emotionally, financially, and helping her through her personal struggles, which we'll learn about in a minute. And yet this is the same woman who's going to claim, by the way, that she felt emotionally neglected. Okay, so bear that in mind as we jump into this. He says, I'm a 36-year-old male and my now ex-wife is 34. We were together for almost a decade, married for 7 years. I was never, a huge spender or whatever, but he was a stable guy. He worked full-time, he paid the bills, he helped her with her university when she went back to study, and supported her through a job layoff and a bout of depression. Okay, so check this out. Look at all the crap this guy's supporting her with, by the way. First of all, he's working full time. Second of all, he's paying the bills, right? So this woman ain't doing anything. All right, she's not paying the bills. This dude is paying the bills. He's helping her with her university when she went back to study. I'm going to assume he means this in a way of, oh, he's also paying her debt. So not only is he paying the bills, but if I'm reading this correctly, he's also paying for her university debt when she's studying. Okay, so she's making nothing, I would assume, essentially. She's literally making negative money. She's accruing debt for herself. Hopefully she's not getting some gender studies degree or some nonsense like that. Okay, supported her through a job layoff and a bout of depression. So he also supported her when she didn't have a job, right? When she lost her job, excuse me, and her personal struggles on top of that. Okay. He says, our life was not always exciting, but I thought we had built something pretty solid. We had our little routines, we had occasional holidays, and we were even discussing starting a family next year. Looking back, I realized how easy it is to mistake peace for partnership. I don't know what that means. I really don't. Around a year ago, she started being busy a lot. She was working late. She had a new gym schedule. She was hanging out with friends from class more often. At first, I didn't think much of it. She had always been independent, and I respected her space. Just by the way, guys, like this is another just outrageous term that has just been coming up more and more, is women saying that they are independent. Okay, I have nothing against people being independent. I truly don't. Okay, but again, like if women are out here calling themselves independent, if men are out here, Lord knows if men are out here calling themselves independent, they'd get roasted for it. Okay, but what does independence actually translate to? Because these people, right? How long have they been together? Almost a decade. I don't understand how a woman is independent when she's been with a man for almost a decade. Riddle me that, guys, because again, maybe, all of these articles and all of these women on TikTok have really colored my definition of the word independent. It just makes very little sense to me, Oh, she's so independent, and yet this guy is paying all of her bills, by the way. He's supporting her through university. This is not an independent person, first of all. Second of all, women who are independent in long-term relationships, that to me is something that is mutually exclusive. But anyway, let's just continue. He says, but then I noticed the shift in how she acted towards me. Her texts became shorter. She was talking to me in a more cold way. Eye rolls during conversations. No more random kisses. No more I love yous unless I said it first. Intimacy also dropped off. When I asked her if everything was okay, she just said that she was overwhelmed and needed patience. So I gave her space. I figured I'd rather be understanding than overbearing. I think that dudes in this situation should give women so much space, guys. In fact, I think they should, perhaps evict them. I think that would probably be a good move, because that way, right, if the women are evicted, then they have lots of space, and they also, get this, guys, they have their room to be independent, right? Because this is a woman who's 10 years almost deep into a relationship, yet she clearly wants to maintain her independence. What better way, in my opinion, than to maintain your independence and also have space than if the man evicts you? I think that's a fantastic move. I really do. He says one night her phone lit up while she was in the shower, and he had a look at it. Last night was amazing. I can't stop thinking about you. He said, I stared at it. I wanted to believe that it was a joke, but deep down I already knew. I waited until she got out and calmly asked her to unlock her phone. She tried to deflect. She got angry, said I was controlling, but eventually she gave in and everything came pouring out. She had been seeing a guy from her university program, for the past few months. She claimed that just happened, that it wasn't physical at first and then eventually turned into an affair. It was physical immediately, probably, and also it doesn't really matter if they waited a week or two before becoming intimate. Makes no difference whatsoever. I'm surprised this woman even unlocked the phone. Usually they just, women will just refuse to unlock their phone straight up until they can delete the messages. And then the dude has to decide whether or not he's just going to boot her out for not showing the phone, which, by the way, you absolutely probably should. He says, when I asked her why, she didn't say sorry. She said she felt emotionally abandoned, that I had become more like a roommate and she didn't feel seen or heard. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Guys, imagine living with someone, right? And then them saying, I didn't feel particularly seen, right? I didn't feel seen or heard. You have been living in the same house as this dude. What on earth are you talking about? I didn't feel seen. Guys, I ruined my 10-year relationship. The reason? I didn't feel seen, guys. I have never heard a man say that. I have just by the way, guys, like, this kind of language that makes zero sense. I have never heard dudes say this. I've heard men say stuff like, more like a roommate. I have never heard a man say emotionally abandoned. I have never heard a man talk about emotional intelligence. I have never heard a man complain about not feeling seen or heard. Okay, I've heard about men saying she's not listening. She's ignoring what I'm saying. But women out here saying that they don't feel seen when they quite literally live with you is downright ridiculous. It is ridiculous. She said that the guy made her feel alive again, that he listened to her in ways that I didn't. Is that what the kids are calling it these days? The guy listened real hard, did he? Yeah, okay. The kicker, this was happening while I was working 50 plus hours to help her avoid student debt. Yeah, so he's paying the debt. He did the cooking, he did the groceries, he did the errands. I even reminded her to take breaks from studying because she was burning out. But apparently that wasn't emotional enough. Yeah, guys, you forgot the key ingredient, okay? You didn't say like the specific phrase that she would like you to ask. You're obviously not there for her emotionally. So this video is already going on a bit long, but let's just unpack this for a second, okay? This dude is working a full-time job, 50 plus hours a week. He's also cooking, right? Bear in mind, this woman is a student, so she's going into debt while this is happening. He's also cooking, he's getting the groceries, and he's running the errands, and he's supporting her emotionally. Ridiculous. And then the woman still cheats on him, by the way. It's really sad because I'll see stories where dudes will be like cheated on and everything, and they'll be like, man, maybe I could have done something more. But truthfully, a lot of guys who get cheated on like there's not really any accountability to take because the women were going to do it anyway. You know what I mean? Like this guy could have bumped up his work hours. It wouldn't have done anything. He could help more with the cooking. He could do more of the cleaning. He could pay off all of her debt instantly. It wouldn't matter. She would still cheat on his ass anyway. You know, and a lot of guys, they beat themselves up about, oh, I needed to do more. When quite frankly, the women didn't deserve anything to begin with. So it's actually the opposite. So he filed for divorce instantly. She thought that we could work through it. She said couples counseling would help. She said she didn't want to throw away everything we'd built. Yeah, she didn't want to throw away your money, my man. But she already had. She lit the match and walked away from the fire like it was not hers. I told her we were done. I didn't scream. I didn't beg or anything like that. I just handed her the truth. I gave you stability, loyalty, and love, and you gave me betrayal and excuses. We separated within a month. No kids, thank God. I let her keep most of the furniture. I just wanted her out. Fantastic stuff, man. Sad that he lost the furniture. I guarantee you she didn't pay for this, by the way. But the dude just wanted her out of the house, and she probably would have caused more issues. So, you know, that's up to him. But does she deserve the furniture? No. Does she deserve anything? Absolutely not. But yeah, guys, you know, we've got to be more emotionally supportive, apparently, guys. You know, don't emotionally neglect women, okay? Or else they'll cheat on you. Is that the takeaway here? I'm not really sure that that's the takeaway. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves. And I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.